Well, presenters, welcome back, Coach. I'm here today to talk actually about the stock market with you. For those of you that don't know, I do a lot of investing, trading, all this good stuff. So when I quit basically being a school psychologist, I went deep into the deep end of personal training, performance training, corrective exercise. And while I was doing all that, I was learning how to trade because I had to figure out a way to make money, not pursuing the psychologist route anymore. Anyways, so today's a kind of a huge day. It's January 28th, 2021, and if you don't know what's going on, there's this stock, GameStop, and it's a beaten up company. Nobody buys video games at the stores. It's all downloaded now. So this company's been going out of business. And a big hedge fund bet a lot of money against it that it was basically going to go bankrupt. So they bet a lot of money against it. And they leveraged so much money against it. They basically sold 140% of the stock. So 40% more than is actually in existence. So think about going way into debt or over leveraging yourself to do something. And for the first time in history, retail investors using Robinhood and Webull and all their other accounts have enough information to access, and they notice this discrepancy where this big company, several big companies, hedge funds, have leveraged so much money against a stock that it was unsustainable that they could do that. So retail investors and particularly this Reddit thread, Wall Street Bets, put out information on basically how to kill the hedge fund or make them pay for doing these over leveraged bets and taking a gigantic risk. So the Reddit thread picked up steam, and retail investors starting last week on Thursday started buying up GameStop. So this basically like $4 stock went to $10 and then went to $20 and then $40 and then $80. It just started doubling like crazy. And over the weekend, there was a lot more information coming out, and it started to pick up more speculation, and more people jumped onto this momentum and bandwagon, and more retail bought in on Monday, pushed the stock all the way up to about $200. Today is now Tuesday, and the stock basically started at $400 today, around $400. And what happened for the first time ever, the corporations, the hedge funds, the billionaires all colluded together to actually show how much power they have over the regular mom and pop investor. So they stopped allowing people to buy on the brokerages. So TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Fidelity, all these things that you guys have, Webull, and especially Robinhood. So Robinhood is kind of the investor, the brokerage for the investor, the everyday investor. So a bunch of little guys bought this stock and wrote it up and made a lot of money at the expense of the hedge funds. In the stock market, only one side can win, the buying side or the selling side. And the retail investors, the normal people, are buying, pushing the stock up. And the people selling the stock, they were betting on the fact that the stock would go down, and it's not going down. So what happened today is unprecedented in the fact that the hedge funds, who basically pay a lot of money to Robinhood to get their data to front run all the retail investor moves, I believe that they all colluded together to work together to basically not allow Robinhood traders to trade and retail investors to trade. They basically took off the ability to search GameStop and these other stocks like Nokia, Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC, all these other stocks, KOSS at this time. And it's short squeezes happen. This happens in the market. Usually it's one hedge fund against another, so most people don't care. But this is the first time the retail investor has actually beat the hedge fund, and they won't really allow it to happen right now. You cannot buy anymore on any of these things. You can't fund accounts. You can't open new accounts. because they're controlling for the volatility. And by doing that, they've basically fixed the market. And I've been watching this all day. It went from 483 at around 10 a.m. down to about 145 at 11:20 a.m. and then back all the way up to 275 at 12:05, and then it dropped back down to about 198, and then right now it's kind of hovering because the volatility has gone all the way, because the only people that can buy it and sell it right now are the hedge funds. So it's hovering around this 229, and it's about 12:52. So the market is about to close in about 8 minutes. It's amazing because it's kind of like a sign of oppression. The people, the retail investors, the oppressed group isn't standing for it, and you kind of begin to realize how much power the institutions actually have, and how much they are willing to let the average Joe win. So the institutions will let you win a little bit as long as they win more. But when the roles are flipped for the first time ever, they're basically laying the hammer down on the investors. It's crazy. The stock market is just kind of one thing that's kind of been brewing over the last several years. This reminds me a lot of the Me Too movement, where the women were the oppressed and the men were in power, and then the women basically all ganged up together and took over the power, or kind of leveled the playing field a little bit. And then it went from the kind of like the Trumpers, the white middle America. They felt oppressed by all the liberals, and so they voted in Trump to kind of even the playing field against the middle of America, all the white people in middle America versus the people on the coasts. And then now you have all the like Black Lives Matter rising up against basically America. So every minority group has been oppressed basically by America, and they rose up, and then you saw it. They basically took out the the white supremacy institution or whatever you want to call that, and this election around, they got Trump out and voted in Biden and a Kamala Harris, black Indian minority vice president. And this similar pattern is arising right now in the stock market. The incumbents, or the hedge funds and the institutions that have all the money, trillions of dollars, compared to the little, Robin Hood investor. Most people these days don't even have, $500 set aside for an emergency fund. But there were some data out that 50% of Robin Hood traders owned GameStop. So people were piling in. The retail people were piling in with their, $20, $30, hundreds of dollars. Some people have thousands, but nothing in terms of buying power and moving power like the hedge funds. So the hedge funds are hemorrhaging money, $20 billion plus in about a week. And then you have other hedge funds coming in to bail out hedge funds or loaning them money. I just wanted to get my thoughts out and kind of record it because I wanted to remember this moment. I've been, tracking it closely since last week, and the days feel so long because the moves are happening so fast. I've never seen the market move this fast around. But yeah, I wanted to document some of this so I can remember for my own purposes. A lot of my strategy now has to be readjusted to really fully understand how much power these companies have, where to allocate money. Is it just the stock market? Is the real estate market? Is it the gold market? Is it really time to shift all over into Bitcoin, something that's a little bit more decentralized? It might be time to overturn a lot of these centralized or really incumbent powers that are really, really controlled by people, wealthy people, the people in power, or the ones with a lot of money to move the markets and control really the systems. So a lot of the systems that we benefit from are increasingly showing more signs of corruption. So what do we do as a normal person? I don't know the answer right now, but right now I'm locked into a lot of positions and assets that are in the stock market, and it's time to kind of rethink this strategy and figure out what to do next, where to allocate money, where to move assets, where to buy assets, where to get ahead and position yourself ahead. So it's kind of my thoughts. I'm sure more is going to transpire over tomorrow. Tomorrow is an expiration Friday, so it's going to be a big day, really, really big day. Will I be able to participate actively? Probably not, because I think it'll only get more restrictive tomorrow. So we'll see what happens as the market is closing right about now in about 3 minutes. So we'll see what happens in the after hours. I'm sure there will be more manipulation driving or making it look like prices are going down. But it looks like the price of GameStop has kind of stabilized around this $200, $206, $210 range. And the other big stock that is caught up in this, within this, is AMC, the movie theater, and it's been floundering around up and down, and right now it's kind of settling at the $8.76 mark, when it was at a high of $20.36 just one day ago. So it's lost more than half of its money in basically about 60% in a day. Okay, well, I'll figure out what to do, and I will share it with whoever is watching, and that's it.